user interface. So how operating system act as a user interface? So the most important function of an operating system is to provide a friendly interface between the user and the computer. The operating system makes it easy for the user to communicate with the computer system. By the help of operating system, the computer can easily interact with the user. So the operating system makes it easy for the user to communicate with the computer system. Next one is managing various resources. means in RTOS, every time the system have to complete the task in a particular time. So the real-time operating system has the computer to complete that exactly in the same time of period. This is all about RTOS. The next one is single user, single task. So students, by its name also we can learn something that single user, single task means only one user can use and only one task can perform. So what it's tell in this, it is designed to manage the computer that the user can perform one task at a time. Means only one user can perform any task at a time, only one task it can perform. It is like the mobile phone. By the help of means in our mobile phone, we are only one user can perform at a time. Means when we are calling someone, then only we can call that person. We cannot listen music that time or anything. Right? This is the example of a single user, single task. So now we discuss about single user multitasking. So by its name also we can understand something that only one user can perform many tasks at a time. Means it is used on the desktop and laptop computers. Today Microsoft Windows and Mac platforms are example of operating system. A single user to perform multiple application programs at the same time. For example, when we can write something in our Wattpad, that time we can download anything from nowadays software or any songs or any videos from internet, and also we can listen some songs or we can play any videos in the background. So this is all about single user multitasking. So the last one is multi-user. A multi-user operating system allows many users to use the computer resources at the same time. Means at the same time, so many people can use that system. That operating system used by so many things, so many people. Like its example is Unix and Windows 7. Its examples is Unix and Windows 7. These both are the example of multi-user. Now we can discuss about Windows components. So students, what you learn today? You have to remember all the things, okay? Now we discuss about Windows components. So what is Windows components? We already know that Windows has many utility programs for day-to-day applications. So the first application is desktop. The first one is desktop. So desktop is just like our desk where we keep commonly used items. Means what is a desktop? You see when you say computer, this is the desktop. You know that this is our desktop. So in this desktop, we can often keep recurrently used files, folders and programs on the computer desktop. In these, we can access them quickly. So basically the desktop, by the help of desktop, in desktop you have seen these are lot of icons are there. Means we can store here so many files and one taskbar is there. You have seen now? So in desktop we can keep our used files, and when we want that files we can easily take from desktops. So the that this is icon means icons are small picture of the on the desktop. By moving the mouse pointer over an icon and clicking the mouse button, we can convert it into a window. When these all things are in small icons are there in desktop. When we click on one icon, this is the Chrome. This is a Chrome. Okay. So when we click on this icon, then one window will open. So by the help of mouse pointer, we can convert the icon into a Windows, and we can move icon around on our desktop. We can move this icon here also, and this we can move to here. By the help of mouse, we can move our icons from one place to another place. So the next one is taskbar. So in desktop, another thing is there, that is called taskbar. Here you can see one song line is there in desktop. You have seen or not? Here means what is the work of taskbar? The taskbar brings to our notice how many programs are running on the computer, and the taskbar help us to start programs or switch between programs. When you start a program, it name automatically displayed on the taskbar. Like when we open the Chrome, means it is an internet explorer. By the help of Chrome, we can do anything on internet. So when we click on this icon, one page will open here. Here the Chrome is square, and like this one page is kept. And in this taskbar, here like a small Chrome symbol will open there, like this only. Like by the user can see the taskbar and can easily understood that how much files are opened, and it is placed in the desktop. So the next we discuss about start button. You have seen a start button in computer system or not? You have seen where the start button is placed. So it is in the left corner. Means here one start button is there in the computer system. A start button. Yeah. Like this picture you have seen in the desktop or not in a computer. It is placed in the left corner of every computer. So that is called a start button. So what is the start button? Why the start button are used? The start button on the taskbar is used to select a program. When we click on the start button, a pop-up window appear to start a program. When we click on the start button, like this one window has turned on. Like this one here something are there. So that is the start button works. When we click on that start button, a pop-up window appears to start a program. So now we discuss about some important features of Windows. Now we discuss about some features of the Windows. So the next one is internet TV. So what is internet TV? We are watching TVs and we are watching movies or videos in internet also. So watching TV, movies and in computer, that has become quite easier nowadays, and we can watch different TV shows by the help of and by the using of Windows Media Center. So it is very simple. We have to connect a cable, means the TV cable connection with our computer. When we connect the cable of a TV in our computer, we can easily show our TV shows or any movies. The next one is live streaming. So what is the live streaming? We can copy songs from our favorite music CDs or DVDs onto a computer with Windows Media Player. By the help of Windows Media Player, we can easily copy the CDs or DVDs that which video or audio we like the most. While liking music, we can copy a song from CD to our computer. After the song have been copied to our computer, we can use Windows Media Player and organize the songs to create playlist and copy music to portable devices. So what are the steps to copy that file? Copy that right CD. So in first step, we have to click on the start button. We have to click our start button. When we click on the start button, after that we have to click on Windows Media Player. Second one is after clicking on Windows Media Player, insert a CD in the CD drive. You have seen a CD drive is there. In laptop it is already happened in right side corner, and in desktop that CPU is there. In CPU and disk drive is there. There we have to place our CD drive. And now in the Windows Media Player, you can see the list of songs available in the CD. When we put that CD in our CD drive, then the computer will load all the songs and display in the screen. And after that, we can easily see that list of songs in that CD in Windows Media Player. So in next step, create the check boxes next to any song that we want to write. We can use the checkbox at the top of the list to select or clear the checkboxes at once. Means first we have to select all the songs. Means all the songs means which songs we want to write, that we have to select. After completing the selection process, click on write CD. The writing process will start, and we can see the right starter of an individual song. To stop this writing process at any point, click on stop write button. When we select that selected songs, when the songs are selected, we have to click on write button. When we click on write button, the song started to write. And when we want to stop that write, we have to click stop write. When we click stop write, the write has stopped. After clicking on stop write, click on write setting button to change the format or audio quality to write music files. When we stop that write music, we have to check the audio quality and the music files. Otherwise, we can select the default Windows Media format. After the songs have been write, go to the play them. After all the write has done, we have to go to the library, and after that we can play all the songs. The next one is copying CD. How we can copy a CD? So the next one is copying CD. So this in DVD or CDs, it is easy to saving them on a hard disk by selecting a folder or software. Photos or even music are dragging. So in how we can copy a CD or DVD, we can create. So for copying CD, we have to follow some steps. In step 1, we have to insert a CD into our computer, and now we can now autoplay dialog box will appear. Now click on burn file to disk. Burn on a disk dialog box will appear. Like this one dialog box will appear. Like this one dialog box will appear. In this we have to select that burn. So after that, now mention the CD name in the title box and click on next button. After that, we have to click. After that, we have to give the title box to that CD, and we have to click on next button. After that, drag the file that you want to burn into this file. We have to drag that file which we want to burn. Now click on burn button and then follow the steps in the wizards. After doing all those things, we have to click on burn button. After this, we have now we can discuss about disk cleanup. Now we can discuss about disk cleanup. So in disk cleanup, it is a number of unnecessary files in the hard disk. Means in our hard disk there are so many unnecessary files are there. It is necessary to remove that files and free up the disk space. Like you listen, you people have, you students, you have listened that sometimes people are telling that in my phone no space is there, my storage is full. Like in computer also, computer hard disk also, it has some space memory. In that sometimes unnecessary files are also there. So we have to we have to remove all that files, unnecessary files, because we have to manage that space in our hard disk. So we remove the temporary internet and downloaded program files, empty the recycle bin, and other items that are not being used for a long time. Like you have seen in computer system one recycle bin is there. In that all the deleted files are stored there. So we have to clean up that recycle bin also, because that is also consumes some memories. So for disk cleanup, we have to follow some steps. In step 1, we have to click on start button. We have to first click on start button. After that, we have to click all programs. After that, we have to go to all programs. After that, we have to go to accessories. All program accessories. After that, we have to go to system tools. System tools. Next, we have to go to disk cleanup. So this is the step 2. We have to open that disk cleanup dialog boxes. So the next is click on drop down arrow and select the drive that we want to clean up, and then click on OK. Now the utility will search and display the necessary files that hard disk, CD-ROM, DVDs, pen drives are the various types of external or secondary devices examples. In these examples, it comes hard disk, CDs, DVDs or CD-ROMs, all these things. Next we discuss about file management. Next is file management. So in file management, it manages all the files just like an efficient office clerk. Means in office all the clerks have to manage all the things. So in operating system file management it manages all the files. So it helps to create, delete or modify files easily. By the help of file management, we can easily create, we can easily delete or we can easily modify. Windows also helps us to create folders and directories to store files in an organized manner. After that, we have discussed about managing tasks and CPU uses. After this, we can discuss now managing tasks. Managing task and CPU uses. So what it was? Windows 7 is a system monitor program used to provide information about the process and program running on a computer as well as general status of the computer. It also provides information about the computer performance and running applications, processes and CPU uses. Network activities and statistic logging, user and system services. So it is managing tasks and CPU uses are basically use the user to provide the information about the running status of the applications or how the data is processed by a computer and how the CPU uses the documents and the network activities and statistics. Now we can open the task manager by using the following keys. Means by the help of some keys we can easily open the taskbar. The combinations are Control plus Alt plus Delete. Control plus Alt plus Delete. By the help of these three keys at a time we have to press. Otherwise we can press Control plus Shift plus Escape. So by the help of these three keys, we can open the task manager by these keys. So now we discuss about using task manager. So how we can use? When we first open the task manager, the dialog box showing the left will appear. So in dialog box has several tabs. The applications tab has information of the program running in the background. So the task manager works that it can show us what the programs are running inside the computer. By the help of task manager, we can easily see that things. The window task manager has information of the button showing the number of process that is running, how much the CPU is being used and how much memory resources are committed. The applications window also causing our computer to slow down process can be ended either by simply clicking the end process button at the bottom of the screen by also right clicking and choose the option of end process. So after all the things, if we want to end the process, we can right click on the program, and after that you can click on